Hearing the old master pitying Chang Ying again, Andrew was a bit dissatisfied and said, "Dad, Chang Ying has been away for so many years, so please stop mentioning this kind of thing. Let's not talk about it again. Act responsible, so even the entire Eastcliff family is inseparable, and it is not something we can control." Chang Yun also agreed, "Yes, Dad, isn't this talk not about Zhifei and Ziyu? Why did you talk about Chang Ying?" The old master sighed and waved his hand. Don't say it, let's get it right." All in all, the Su family's first step towards Japan is already emptying one foot. The next situation will face them very much. Unfortunately, this is a good opportunity for us to catch up and take advantage of it. What do you think? Everyone glanced at each other, and Andrew was also very agreeable and said, "Dad, you are right, I also think this is our great opportunity. Our ocean shipping business started later than the Su family and was at an absolute disadvantage, but if we could take advantage of the failure of the Su family, reach cooperation with the Ito family, and take the Japanese market, it would be tantamount to getting stuck in the Su family. The neck is definitely a powerful blow to the Su family." Zhang Chen nodded, but he pondered for a moment before he said, "At the moment, we are not suitable for direct competition with the Su family. This matter must be kept low-key and slowly. We must not let the Su family know in advance." Cynthia asked in a puzzled way, "Dad, the Su family can go to Japan to destroy people's families in a high-profile manner. When we go to Japan to talk about cooperation, should we still hide it?" Zhang Chen smiled slightly. "The strength of the Su family is there. We are now talking about cooperation with the Ito family in the future with great fanfare. For the Su family, it just slapped them and made them hard on their faces." After speaking, Zhang Chen said again, "However, we slapped the Su family. With the style of the Su family, they will inevitably conflict with us, and we will be in trouble." Andrew asked hurriedly, "Dad, what do you mean then?" Zhang Chen said very seriously, "If you want to deal with the Su family, you must dissect your opponent from a deeper level, instead of superficially comparing the two sides' paper data." Andrew quickly stood up, bowed and clasped his fists. "Dad, I am dull, please tell me." Zhang Chen shook his head slightly, thinking of Chang Ying again in his heart. He sighed in his heart. "My eldest son, Andrew, is also a brilliant talent, but he is still far from the level of genius, so he can't do it well. However, Chang Ying was the top genius who never came out of the world. Chang Ying was never percent through a single point, but rather, perceive without a point, and learned without a teacher. What a pity, what a pity." Andrew also saw a trace of disappointment in his father's eyes, and suddenly his face turned red. Zhang Chen expressed a few words in his heart, and quickly put away his thoughts, and said to everyone, "Although the Su family has many heirs, only Xin can enter Changfeng's eyes. What's more, Xin's sons and daughters are very competitive. The two most outstanding young people of this generation. Especially that Ziyu, who is deeply loved by Changfeng and Xin. The degree of preference for Ziyu between these two fathers and sons has long surpassed other heirs, even the eldest grandson Zhifei. So, once Changfeng is dead, the power will definitely fall into the hands of the Xin family. In the future, among the Xin family, the one with the greatest say in the future must be Ziyu." Speaking of this, Zhang Chen was already glaring, and said forcefully, "Ziyu is a female stream and will eventually marry as a wife. Once she gets married, it will be the day when the Su family will divide into two. So, whoever can conquer Ziyu can conquer half of the Su family's assets." Andrew heard the old man's words and said awkwardly, "Dad, you say that you wanted to marry the Su family and turn Ziyu into the Wade family's daughter-in-law, but there is no suitable person." Zhang Chen said indifferently, "Didn't I say it last time? The son of Chang Ying is a good candidate." Andrew said, "But Leon also said at the time that the son of Chang Ying is unwilling to come back to recognize the ancestor and return to the clan. Maybe this kid hates us in his heart." Zhang Chen waved his hand. "Does he hate us? It doesn't count if you say it, and it doesn't count if I say it. He has to say it." Chang Yun hurriedly asked, "Dad, do you mean to find the son of Chang Ying to come back and recognize the ancestor?" Zhang Chen nodded. I do have this idea, but I haven't figured out a useful method yet. Andrew felt a tremendous pressure and threat, and hurriedly said, Dad, the son of Cheng Ying has been away from home for many years. He will completely be uncontrollable. Please think twice. Zhang Chen waved his hand. You don't have to persuade me. When I asked Leon to buy the Emgrand Group as a gift to him, I had actually decided that sooner or later I would let him come back to recognize his ancestors. My family's descendants are not many. It's totally incomparable with the luxuriant branches of the Su family, and we can't let such an adult male live out. Andrew held his breath in his heart, but still calmly asked, Dad, what if the son of Chang Ying is not willing to come back? Zhang Chen said solemnly, people change. If he doesn't want to come back today, maybe he will be willing tomorrow. If he still doesn't want to, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or even 10 years, I will change my mind and then he gets loose. Andrew, Chang Yun, and the old Chang Tian who hadn't spoken all the time scolded his mother in his heart. The most feared thing about family property is dilution. Whether it's 10,000 yuan, 1 trillion yuan, 1 person, 2 people, or 3 people, the result will be 1,000 miles away. Originally, buying the Emgrand Group for Charlie cost the family 100 billion, and also gave Charlie 10 billion in cash, which made everyone very unhappy.